Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading with me, Rosalind. This is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance, and today we are looking at why your personal situation has gone quiet. So, just before we start, I also want to share with you that there are gift certificates which you can buy from me if you want to buy a friend or family or loved one a present for Christmas. You can go on to Buy Me a Coffee shop, which is in the description, and you can buy whatever is there, and you can ask for a gift certificate, and I can send that to you in the post, just so for Christmas ideas. Now then, I've recorded this again at the start because I've done the readings and they're all pretty intense. So we have got Pile 1, which is protection, Pile 2, which is Snapdragon, Pile 3, which is adversity. So you can go to the timestamps, which are in the description, and you can go there and you can pick your pile, whichever resonates with you, and then you'll get your reading about what is going on with why your personal situation has gone quiet. If you do want to work with me, I do therapy, spiritual guidance, mentoring. Luna's grumbling, I don't know if you can hear her a little bit in the background, and also life and love coaching, because we've got some quite intense readings coming through with these today, Foxglove friends. So if you even want one-to-one readings about what's going on in your situation, please do look on my Buy Me a Coffee link, and the shop is there. But you can also see what else I do through my Foxglove Coaching website. So if you like this, please do like and subscribe, and enjoy your reading today, Foxglove friends. Hello, Pile 1, welcome to today's reading. You have picked the protection card. Now, a few things I'm going to say about this, and we'll dig into the detail of what's going on with this situation, of why things have gone quiet. But the first thing I want to say is every rejection is a protection. So sometimes if something's gone quiet or somebody's disappeared from your life, it's actually because there are better things meant for you. It might also be a fact that they're trying to protect themselves in some way. So let's have a little look and see. I'm going to put that over there for you. Let's have a little look and see what's been going on, and we'll get into more detail about why this card is relevant for your reading right now, Pile 1. So, Spirit, what has been happening for Pile 1, please? What has been happening for Pile 1? So, we have got the Ace of Good Cheer in reverse. Put that on there. I'll get a few of these out and we'll get a good picture and a good understanding of what's going on. We've got the Four of Canes in reverse. Put that on there. We've got the Knight of Candles in reverse. We've got the Six of Good Cheer. And that one's the right way up. And then, we've got the Page of Canes, the right way up. I'll get one more. And then we've got the Four of Good Cheer in reverse. Let's put those there and have a look what's going on then. So interesting. This is very interesting, this set of cards that you've got, because it's very much about this one. The Four of Canes in reverse is literally about being out in the cold. So it can be due to ill health, that you've been isolated, or that somebody's been isolated or separated, or that you've been kind of kept out or shut out from... Sorry, I had to pause it because Luna barked a little bit, so hopefully I'll cut that out. Yeah, so this one is about being shut out, literally. So somebody might have really stepped away from you and been quiet and been silenced. It might be a group of people who have pushed you out. This one, the Ace of Good Cheer in reverse, can be about having expectations that are too high. You know, that your expectations are too high. You've kind of pushed somebody beyond what they feel they are capable of. So they might feel like you've just expected too much from them that they can't actually give. So the protection card that is coming up suggests that maybe they're trying to protect themselves. I'm just going to turn my little circle light off because I'm trying to make sure that you can see the cards, but I think it was just putting a ring of circles, so of light on there. So apologies for that. It's a bit of a gloomy day in Britain, folks. So there's an element of where both of you are probably mirroring the situation that you try not to get hurt, which is where the protections come from. I almost feel like there might be an element of trying to protect children involved. That might be relevant for some. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. This one can all be to do with reminiscing about good times in the past. So it's not actually accurate. So part of what's going on might be that there's something to do with maybe things were good in the past and either you're expecting them to keep being that way or the other person has wanted things to be in a way that used to be, or perhaps they're being influenced by things that have happened in the past. So it might actually be that they're reacting to fears from the past, or you might be reacting to fears from the past where you're worrying that the same thing is going to keep happening over and over again. The Knight of Candles can be in reverse, can be someone who seems like they're brave and courageous and wants to do the right thing in a moralistic way, but actually messes it all up and isn't consistent, isn't necessarily reliable. So they sort of talk a good talk and they might get over enthusiastic about things, trying to be supportive of, people less fortunate in certain ways, but they're not reliable enough to see it through, which is part of the problem. There's also possibly a childishness here. I feel like there's something where somebody's reacting in an immature way and they feel like the expectations put upon them are too much, that they can't actually handle it. This person has a need to constantly prove themselves to others. So the fact that we've got the childish memories here, they may be being led by the need to be approved of, the need to be seen as being good, and that may be taking them in a direction. If they've said that they're going to do something with you, but then somebody else goes, oh, I need help with this, or I need something doing, they might run off, abandon you and what your plans were in a need to look good to other people. And that's really frustrating. But there's definitely been a silence, a genuine silence, where they've stepped away from a situation because they can't handle what they think that you want from them. They maybe can't live up to the expectations. Now, the Four of Cups, the Four of Good Cheer in reverse, is actually saying that... I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry, Pile One. Oh, I do apologise, Pile One. I hope that doesn't make too much terrible noise on the video. How bizarre. The Four of Good Cheer does actually say in reverse that you have the power to resolve this. Now, the fact that this has happened at all is maybe suggesting to you, and we're going to have a look much more at advice and all sorts of things, pile one, so don't worry. Then maybe it's time for you to start expecting more. But by expecting more, you might not be able to get what you need from them. This may be a time where your self-worth, your self-value is coming into play here, and you maybe need to go, right, how long am I going to keep putting up with experiencing not getting enough, coming second, coming last, not having mature communication with someone. It can somehow, this situation is empowering you to make choices about what's right for you in the future. There will be lessons here to help support you to have a better life. Whether this gets resolved in a certain way where you go, well, actually, I deserve more, or whether you step away altogether. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Spirit, can we have more information about what's going on, please? Let's just have a little bit. I want a couple more cards about what's going on here, and then we'll maybe look at more around. Okay, so it's telling you, don't get caught up in the stress of this, because I know what it's like when somebody doesn't respond or cuts you off. It can feel awful. It can be really stressful, and it can make you angry, or it can make you worried, it can make you anxious, all those things. It's saying you focus on having a good time for you, and enjoying life. You don't have to give all your power away to them by focusing on where they are and what they're doing and why they're not speaking to you. Enjoy the life you've been given. I'm going to have a look at what they're thinking, though. So, Spirit, please, can you give me some advice around what is this person wrong way around thinking with regard. In fact, there's a mixture. Look, silly sausage. Look what I did. Because that's pile 3's card. What's this person or these people thinking about pile 1, please? So we have got I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Yeah, so potentially they are seeing the best in you. They're seeing that you're a good thing for them, which is all very well and good for them, isn't it, pile 1? But we're going to have a look if it's a good thing for you in a bit, but I want to see what else. And what else is pile 1's person or people feeling, please, Spirit? Oh, interesting. So they do feel guilty about their behaviour, which is, well, I think that's quite a good thing myself. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is still right or wrong for you, but the fact that they feel guilt is, at least they're aware of, in some form, of the impact that they are having on you. Get some more cards. Spirit, can we have some advice for pile 1, please, about what to do in this situation? I also feel that maybe your person's gone off to play. They've gone off to do something that they've deemed to be more fun. No offence, pile 1, I do apologise if that sounds mean. But, if somebody's gone, come along to this party rather than spending the evening with you, especially if there's something that they want from you that they're not getting, they might have gone off to do that. Just a thought with that's coming up. So do take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Spirit, can we have some advice for pile 1, please? destiny. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. It's not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Interesting. So, the relationship that this refers to is probably fated, and it will be fated to bring some sort of development at a soul level to you. So recognize that nothing is lost, even if it feels bad and difficult. Nothing is lost as part of our soul growth. I'm going to get you more cards because we want more. Spirit, please can I have more advice about this relationship? For Power 1, please. Oh, interesting. Certainly make sure that before you let them back into your world, you give some real thought to their behaviours and the pros and cons of letting them back in, and your self-value and your self-worth. Spirit, can I have another card of advice, please, for Pile 1? Yeah, it keeps coming up that this is a very fated scenario. So there's something about what you're going through now that, well, like I said, it's a soul lesson. But the choices that you make now will ripple out into the universe and along your karmic lines. No pressure, Pile 1. So basically, what you accept and what you don't accept in a sense of self-love. So see how this person has got stars all over them and they're almost hugging themselves in a positive way. They're kind of wrapping their arms around themselves and showing that, they're caring for themselves. They're loving themselves in a positive way. We don't have to just put up with anything to receive love from other people. We can state what is okay for us and what is not okay. And if this person's cut you off and is acting in this kind of an immature fashion, then it's okay to say this isn't all right and not to just let them straight back in. If you do want to let them back in at all, do it slowly. That honours you. Honour yourself in this situation. The thing is, sometimes we can be afraid of not receiving the love, and this will apply to some but not for others. But if we're afraid of not receiving the love that we desire so desperately sometimes, we can often let people get away with things that really aren't okay. So just consider look at yourself as if you were a child and you are caring for that child, and what would be okay for you to allow for somebody, in that way that you really, really cared about, and what wouldn't be okay. And make a stand as if you're looking after another person, because sometimes it's much easier to care for other people more than it is for ourselves to do the right thing. When it's ourselves, sometimes we let people get away with far more than we would other people. So just bear that in mind. I want to get some more stuff for you. So let's have a look at what is the potential outcome of this situation then, please, Spirit. What is the potential outcome of this situation? Just while I'm shuffling, you can work with me directly about any of these things by going on to my Buy Me a Coffee link, because I've got a shop there. So if you want to ask anything to get a personal message, I do 20-minute readings that you can buy on the Buy Me a Coffee shop. Oh, okay, 9 of Canes. So there's still a lot of worry and anxiety about this. I really think personally, I'd suggest detaching energetically from this person. And you can do that even if it's just for the shortfall, so that you're bringing your attention back to yourself rather than focusing on them so fully. You know, cut the cords with them, cut the negative cords so that you can be free. So you literally just imagine them in front of you, and you can ask Archangel Michael to help you to cut any negative cords between the two of you, and then put a mirror up around yourself so that they can't reconnect instantly, because this feeds into your constant focus on them feeds into it. You're kind of putting your energy their way. It's feeding them in a certain way. It's giving them attention at an energetic level, which they won't necessarily realise they're doing consciously. Okay, so there will be justice. You need to have patience. Things are going to end in the way that they are now. So that might be the end of the relationship, or it might be the end of their behaviour, but it's going to enable balance to come back into your life. So although initially you're going to spend time worrying, justice will happen for you. You just need to be patient. It's sort of reading like a story. Be patient with the situation, so that I'm just unlooking the picture. Look, the roses are dead on the floor. So the relationship may well come to an end, or you may change the way that you engage in this relationship, because all the roses, that's red and yellow. So yellow represents friendship and the red tends to represent romance. That's all dead on the floor, so that you can bring balance back into your life, so that you can have your time back in certain ways, is what it's saying to us, pile one. So if you, like I say, if you want to work with me individually on this, please do feel free to contact me either by my website or by the Buy Me a Coffee link. Let me get one more advice card for you, because I can recognise that this can be a bit of a, well, it's showing 9 of Canes. It can be a difficult time for your spirit. Can we have one more advice card for Power 1, please? It's not coming up with the cards in which you actually leave the relationship, but it's showing that something about the relationship dies. So whether that is the relationship itself that is going to happen no further, or whether it's the behaviours, you may find that you just get so fed up of it over time that you want balance back in your life. Spirit, what else have we got going on here? The inner critic. This card asks you to transform your inner critic into an inner critique. The realistic appraisal and constructive feedback of a critique will enhance your ability to step into the very best version of yourself, whereas ongoing and persistent criticism will weigh you down, eroding your confidence and your belief in your abilities. Yeah, you need to really shake this off. And if you're talking to other people about it and they're giving opinions about what's going on, you need to kind of shake it off. And I know that's easier said than done, but so that you can live normal life, so that you can choose. So I'd say make a decision where every day you go, I choose to live happily today. I choose peace today. And that is about putting the focus back on you, doing the things that you like, letting go and letting God, and going, right, it's up to them what they do, but I have no control over that. You have no control over what they're doing. So take control over what you can and enjoy your life where you can, and stop beating yourself up about whatever's happened in this scenario. It's not your fault. You need to give yourself more self-love and self-care and forgive yourself. Trust the universe. Sometimes we can strive relentlessly to make something happen, and then experience huge disappointment when our efforts do not work out. Whilst action on our part is required, if we are too determined to stay on one course only, we inadvertently block ourselves from the guidance and direction that the universe is trying to bring us. This is a time to trust and let things happen. Like I say, let go and let God. Trust that your ancestors are going to take care of things. Remember, every rejection is a protection. So if that is the case for you, just know that there's potentially better out there that's going to be more affirming to your self-worth and your self-value, things like that. Thank you for watching Pile 1. If this resonated, please do like and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to today's reading. So, Pile 1's was very interesting, so I'm really curious to see what you are getting in this. Now, you have picked the Snapdragon card, which says graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. So this is about why your person or people or the situation has gone quiet. And I think we'll see how this applies as we go through the cards, as I take you through to see what's been going on. But it suggests that actually some understanding and compassion and not reacting in a strongly negative way would be applicable here. So to act with kindness and caring and try not to overreact in a very emotional way. Graciousness, just be patient and allow what is happening to take place. So let's have a look at what's been going on for you, Pile 2. Spirit, what's actually been going on for Pile 2, please, so we can understand how this Snapdragon card applies. And we'll have a look at what's been going on. We'll have a look at advice, and depending on what it says, we'll then get more cards to help you along your way, Pile 2. So let's have a look. We have got the Six of Gifts in reverse. Okie dokie, interesting. The Ace of Canes in reverse. You'll notice that I've gone with a bit of a Christmas theme. I know I'm early, Pile 2, but I just love these cards. Oh, we've got Santa. We've got the Chariot. Oh, we've got the Magus. We've got the Six of Canes in reverse. I'll just get one more and then we'll look at the story of what this is telling us. And then we've got the Death card. So let's put that there. Wow, so, okay, with the Six of Gifts in reverse, that shows that potentially if you've got financial concerns, or you're worried about running out of money, or perhaps there's a business situation that isn't as affluent as you're wanting it to be. So maybe the bit about what's gone quiet is either is related to either business or work. You may be waiting for a response from a job that you've gone for, or it's something connected to finances. So maybe you're not getting clients coming to you as much as you want. There's something that you're waiting for. And the Ace of Canes in reverse shows that you're feeling stuck, and there's like no sense of clarity. You've got a bit lost in this situation, and you're trying to stagger your way through it, but you're worried that you've possibly made the wrong choice, and now that you're reaping the consequences of the choice that you've made, and you're going, oh no, am I going to have enough money to support me? Now, the Chariot says that you can still apply time and energy to this, and it's important that you keep pushing forward with it, or maybe you have been continuing to push forward with it in the hope that that you manifest and find the right answers and the right things come to you. So you keep pushing along with it. So it's showing that you might be sticking to something that actually no longer serves you out of habit, or something that's familiar, and comes with kind of a degree of surety, but something's about to rock the boat, and it's going to be difficult, and it says that you need to potentially ride out the storm to the best of your ability. Death is very much about not holding on to things that no longer serve you. So, crikey, pal, too. This feels quite intense as well. So let's have a look at advice. But the Death card is about something that's coming to an end, so that a new dawn and a new beginning can come into play. It can be all sorts of things, but given that it's in relation to your finances and the fact that you're going through repeat habits, and maybe you've needed this big push of getting to this situation to enable you to let go of limiting beliefs, to let go of ways that you used to live, so that you can begin anew and bring in a much happier life. So, oh, it feels intense, pal, too. Right, I'm going to get you some... what else? Oh, gosh, something fell down then. Apologies. Scared the life out of me, because I feel quite... I feel for you, pal, too. I know how... When there'll be something here to do with self-value and self-worth, and that you're in a sense of lack, and that, we've got benevolence here, so you maybe need to be a bit more humble about what you receive. And I do understand that, because if friends and family are offering to help you and things, there might be an element of that that you need to allow just at this moment in time. Spirit, what else is going on for Pal 2? Oh, I had that in Pal 1. How bizarre. So, okay, I think the reason this play card keeps coming up is because when you get so intensely into the worry about these things, it can really block. It can block the flow and process of it healing. So by lightening up a bit and trying to play, and like they're playing in the rain, so while it's all going to pot and to badly, without swearing, enjoy what you've got in the moment. While you're in the very present moment, go, is everything all right now? Yes, it is. So enjoy that time, because nothing brings goodness in and positivity in and generosity and all of that sort of stuff like happiness, play. It lifts your vibrational frequency to put you in more of a receiving, manifesting energy. Pal 2. Let me get some more information. Let's see. Can I have... Why is this happening for Pal 2, please, Spirit? Why is this? So we've got regret that has come out. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay, so it's important not to keep dwelling on what has been happening, so that you can turn things around and focus on what Spirit, what? Okay, so you might actually be worrying about how this is going to impact on other people, what other people think of you, if it's going to affect your Christmas with people, you know, being able to buy presents and all that sort of stuff. Spirit. Humour, again, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. That is going to enable you to see the way forward from this. So it's trying to teach you to... What I want to say is, if we have genuine faith that we are being supported and looked after by the universe, by God, by our ancestors, whoever you believe in, by source, then we can enjoy life in the moment. We are meant to enjoy life. We are not meant to consistently keep worrying and struggling. And I do understand how you feel, because I've been through this so much myself. And if you want to work with me to clear any limiting beliefs about base chakra, kind of basic needs, security, love, you know, all of that sort of stuff, then we can work together. Just check out my shop on my website and you can contact me. Even if you don't know what you need, there is a I don't know what I want option on the Let's Talk of my website. So let me get some more information. I want to know, what should pile 2 actually do, other than trying to laugh about it all. Sorry, pile 2, I know. I think that what it's asking you to do is to raise your vibrational frequency while you're sitting in the energy of regret and beating yourself up and you know, buying into the element of your lack of self-worth and self-value more and more and more. While you're doing that, it's just going to make the situation worse. You need to brush and literally shake that off. So you can literally physically shake about a bit to try and shake it off and accept where you are right now, and then empower yourself to take actions. What can you do? What are you good at? Where can you apply yourself? What feels right? Get out of your head space, breathe into your heart space. Maybe say out loud. One thing I do is I say out loud everything that could really go wrong. And then I go, what does my heart tell me? And I breathe into my heart space and I say out loud what my heart tells me. So, Spirit, what should pile 2 actually do, please? So we've got the Queen of Gifts, which is interesting because that's about being generous. And yeah, that's about being generous. Where can you... And then we've got the Knight of Gifts. How interesting. So this shows that, I mean, look, they fit together. It's like the day and the night of the same room and the same. So the gifts is like the pentacles. So the Knight of Gifts is very much about applying themselves to keep going, to keep investing in what they're doing. And the Queen of Gifts is very much about being generous, whatever they have. So however you're trying to engage with people, or to, whether it's clients or whether it's that you're waiting for a specific job or whatever, make sure that you are being very giving with your spirit in positive ways. So in acts of kindness. So it says no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. be kind to people. Be kind to, if you can do anything where you're sharing what you've got in certain ways, it's asking you to be generous of spirit, because it will help to bring in that positive energy towards you. Oops. I think that's going to put you into a sense of, it's going to take you out of that sense of lack, and it's going to put you into an abundant mentality, because there's so much of yourself. You have so much of you to give. Your smiles, maybe you're good at baking, maybe you're good at art, maybe you're just able to help someone do something, however you can show your kindness and generosity of spirit, which is very much about what Christmas is about. We tend to focus on money so much, whether you can help at a charity or something. We tend to focus on buying things and the cost of things so much around Christmas time, which I know we're not there yet, but we're leading up to that. And actually, there's so much you can do. So even I've been making some little, I'm going to show you now. I've been making little lavender bags just as like little additional gifts. And I've done it. I'm new at this, folks, so please don't judge me. But I've done it out of kindness. So I've got all these lavender plants outside, and I've taken the lavender from the plants and I've filled those, and then I've embroidered little lavender bits on there to try and make nice little additional gifts for people, because it's sort of got my heart energy in it, basically. But the night of gifts is very much about not taking risks financially, but studiously and calmly applying themselves consistently. Just keep going at it. It says for this one that the night of gifts travels in their imagination. They're not spending on doing big trips or spending on doing lots of big things, you know what I mean? They are studiously applying themselves and managing their money effectively without kind of chucking it everywhere, without being lavish. Spirit, what else should Pal 2 be doing, please? What else should Pal 2 be doing? Focus on healing from things that have gone wrong. And this is really interesting, because the 10 of Canes, look, it shows where people have been mean to the snowman or the snow person. And it can be to do with backstabbing and things like that, and people not being very nice. So my advice around this is, don't moan about anybody. Don't throw anybody under the bus to get what you want. Just if this is relevant for some, just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And don't be unkind to anybody because of the situation that you feel that you're in. But also don't focus too much on what people might, if people aren't being very kind in certain ways, just steer away from them. Let's get you some more advice. In fact, I could do with some more advice around this one in particular. Can we have advice around the 10 of Canes in particular, please, Spirit, so that I can understand what the doing element of that is? Well, I want to say, if people are doing things to bring you down, to bring your vibrational frequency down, making you sad, making you feel like your self-value and your self-worth is lower than what it should be, I feel like you should just steer clear of them while you go through this process. You need to set the scene and the environment so well so that you are only surrounded by people who really do believe in you and your value, to help you step into humour, to help you step into play, to help you step into that higher frequency of being. Expectation. Yeah, so don't worry about other people's expectations. If other people have suggested that you think you're going to fail, that might be part of what's creating the impact of this situation, that you're worrying about not getting this right because of what people might say about you. You need to step out of that a bit. It says, you are asked to release any form of negative expectations based on past experiences and center yourself in the infinite possibility of now. Indeed, pal, too. The world, you are potential itself. So let me get you some more advice, pal, too. More advice. So, very much about being generous of spirit, because there's a real deeper level shift coming here for you. A real deeper level self-value, self-worth aspect coming into play. Co-create, work with other people on this. Talk to other people about what you're doing. Work with them. Ask to work with them. Wherever you can work with others on what you're doing, it will support. I almost want to say it's going to sort of support giving you a step up into what you're doing. A little bit of hand-holding to just support you onto that next step of progress with what you're trying to achieve. Okay, to be fair, that's interesting. Know that this moment in time is here to serve part of your life experience. Life is like a pendulum. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get next, pal, too. But it's like a pendulum swinging between doing and being, or giving and receiving, so just accept what is going on in life now without judgment. And I think that's what's creating the stress around this, is judgment of yourself, judgment of will this work, fear of judgment from others, all of those sorts of things. Just accept where you are right now and just continue to have love in your heart. And I want to say, remember why you're doing it. And then know that an element of faith is required sometimes with these things. So whatever you believe in, whether it's your ancestors and spirit, whether it's source, God, the universe, the angels, whoever or whatever you believe in, ask them to support you and have faith that everything will work out as it should for your best and highest interest, is what I want to say, pal, too. I'm just going to get you one more advice card because I realise we're going a bit over time. Oh, yeah, okay. So, interestingly, this did come up in pal 1 as well. You'll see that this person with the fairy wings on, they've got stars all round them. They've got their arms kind of hugging themselves with a lovely smile on their face. The situation that you are going through now is fated. It's part of your self-love journey. It's part of the journey to help your soul flourish and shine. So just keep making sure that you are kind to yourself. Recognize that you are benevolent. Be kind not only to others, but be kind to yourself. And know that, I want to say, like, the grace of God supports you in what you're trying to achieve. So just raise that vibrational frequency. Be in a frequency of love. Be in a frequency of creativity by letting go of any negative thoughts. I tend to put them all in a little bucket, imaginary, like in my mind. I put all my thoughts and worries and concerns into a bucket, and I give it to the angels and ask them to take it away and to look after that for me and to take care of it, because I know that there are powers and energetic beings who have got far higher a perspective than I can have sometimes when I'm living down here on the earth, because we all get caught up in the human condition of fear and worry, and forgetting that we're divine beings and part of a connected divine society, basically, and that we've got a huge amount of energies out there to support us. So just keep showing love to yourself, being kind to yourself, knowing that the universe will support you for your best and highest good. Thank you for watching, Pal 2. Please like and subscribe if this resonated with you, and I'll see you in other readings. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to today's reading. Wow, well, what an interesting set of readings each of these have been. So I can't wait to see what's going on for you, Pal 3. You have picked the adversity card. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. So we're looking at why your situation or your person has gone quiet, or your people. There may have been some adversity around this situation, maybe some arguments or challenges or confrontations and things. But let's pop that there, and I'm going to see how this fits in going forward. So let's put those cards over there for a minute, and we're going to have a look at what has been going on for you. What has been going on for Pal 3, please, Spirit? And we'll get some information about what's going on for you, and we'll get some advice. And depending on what comes up will depend on what other information I get, because each pal has been quite specific in different areas. So, Spirit, what has been going on for Pal 3, please? I feel a bit like... as I tune into your adversity card, maybe I feel like this for some of you might have made your stomach feel upset. Like it's been stressful in the sense that it's maybe affected things. Hold on, let me just go into, let me see what's going on. Right, we've got the 2 of Candles. I'm going to put some of these out, and then we can build up a little story. 2 of Candles, 9 of Gifts, interesting. 2 of Candles, 9 of Gifts, Ace of Good Cheer, Balance, oh, 6 of Candles in reverse. So let's just show you. Let's time to look. I know I'm a bit early for Christmassy cards, but I'm so excited about it this year. Let's get you one more. King of Canes. So, I feel from this that there's been something in life. Ace of Good Cheer is like the Ace of Cups, so that suggests new love. Whether you've got a new love of life, but it's like a wish coming true. So the Nine of Gifts is very much about wishes coming true. Or it can be about having everything that you want, but something is missing. So maybe a person has been missing. But because it's next to the Ace of Good... So, okay, let's start from the beginning. Should we start from the beginning, part 3? Right. There's been some adversity from someone about something that's gone well for you. And you've wanted to tell everybody that you're good news. There's been good news and you've wanted to tell everybody about it. It might be a wish coming true to do with love. It might be a scenario in which you have just started to enjoy a happier life, but it's brought about more balance into your life and it's made your life easier and it's affected how you spend your time. Now, when this is the right way up, it shows a celebration of how well you've done, a recognition of how well you've done in life. When it's the wrong way up, not wrong way, but reversed, it shows that there's some element of shame about something that's not quite turned out the way that you hope it had, or your ego's been bruised, or you've been embarrassed or ashamed of something that's happened, or that you've fallen victim to the bitterness of others, which is interesting because that's next to the King of Canes, and the King of Canes can be quite belittling and cold-hearted. And this is all to do with truth coming out sometimes. How interesting. What I want to say is it's almost like somebody's piddled on your happy bonfire, without using naughty words, pal 3, and you've had adversity to something that's been going really nicely for you, something that you wanted to celebrate. You've had adversity around that and somewhere, and maybe why has it developed in an element of shame, or basically people haven't celebrated your good experience in the way that you were hoping that they would. And it might be a particular person who's not supporting you, or that you wanted their happiness for you, and maybe the quiet element is the fact that the person's gone quiet. Maybe it's that you aren't getting that recognition of, oh, well done. Perhaps they're not saying, oh, I'm really happy for you, I'm really pleased for you, when they should be doing, because something nice has happened for you that you've been waiting for a long time, because you might have been feeling lonely or a bit down in the past, and now, or whatever this is, it's been a big deal for you that's bringing something cheery and happy to your life. Let's have a look at... I want to have a little look at the person. I do believe this is a person-related one. So I want to see, how are they feeling, please? Pal 3. I'm not asking you. Courage, interesting. Okay, so I think actually, is this how they're feeling, or is this maybe advice for you? How are they feeling, pal 3? I might have said this about you. I might have said this wrong, so it might be about you. This is a time when I feel you need to find courage to go, well, actually, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I'm still going to enjoy what is good for me. And even if, just for some of you, I'm just going to have a look around this one, because... just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. If something was good going on and then it kind of stopped being as good as you were hoping it was going to be, still, I feel like somehow along the way there's a lack of compassion towards you and your circumstances, whether they're good or they've turned out not to be so good. Whatever it is, there's been like a lack of compassion and care for you, and that's difficult, and somebody's gone quiet when they should have stepped forward to support you with this situation. But what this is leading to is you finding more steel within yourself to support yourself, to go, well, I'll do what I want in life. I'm either going to get through this or I'm going to enjoy this, without having the need for their approval or validation or whatever. But Spirit, the person that's gone quiet for pile 3, what are they feeling, please? What are they feeling? Spirit. Or maybe the person that's gone quiet lacks courage. See, feel good when I help others. It's a bit strange, this, because it's almost like they're not telling me what they're feeling. Do I need some different cards? Well, we're not even allowed to see what they're feeling. Yeah, this isn't really. Okay, so maybe this person doesn't particularly like change, or doesn't like the changes somehow. Perhaps you aren't contacting them as much as you used to, or they feel like perhaps you used to help them in some way, whether it was just from communication or it was just perhaps you went round to see them more, or there's something in which, and they maybe haven't got the courage to now deal with things alone. And so, okay, what I want to say for you, pile 3, and just take this if it resonates, leave behind if it doesn't, we'll go into more cards. Sometimes when something happy happens for somebody, those who are close to you, or the people in your world who you spend time with, or you talk to, or you apply energy to in some way, can fear rejection, that you're no longer going to give them the same energy or attention or communication or whatever it might be. And they step away from you and they go quiet on you. And you go, why? Why is this happening, when you think that they're going to come forward to you and support what you've done and go, oh, well done, and be happy for you and whatever. But if they're being selfish or fearful, the courage card we've got here, and the fact that we've got the service card, so somehow you might have been helping them and they're afraid of change. That feels like what's possibly going on, that they're actually scared that that everything's not going to be the same for them anymore, which is why they've stepped back. It's not entirely mature, but it is very human, pile 3, and I've seen it happen many times in different scenarios in my own life. So I want a bit more information, Spirit, please, about what is going on in the relationship between these two people. What is going on? So maybe even for some of you, pal 3, you might have got engaged, or had something from that perspective, and people aren't as excited for you as you'd think they would be. And I mean, heck, when I got engaged many moons ago, and I'm not married now, but people reacted in all sorts of bizarre ways, where they rushed off and did all sorts of strange behaviours that I'm not even going to go into on here. And some of them wanted to suddenly get engaged themselves to whoever they could find. I tell you, people react strange. Orphaned. It might be a parent's gone quiet on you, pal 3. Just take that if it resonates for some and leave behind if it doesn't. But yeah, there's an element where you feel like you've been pushed out into the cold, and somehow your tribe, or your person has abandoned you a bit, and that feels upsetting. So let's get some advice for you. I think it's clear that kind of what's going on. What advice do I want? So I'm just looking through my cards to go, what advice do we want? Spirit, can I have some advice, please, for pile 3? Let's get some advice, and then I'll look at specifically actions. Yeah, release negative habits. Okay, so at this point, don't do what you'd normally do. If you're always the person to rush to go, oh, I'll fix this, I'll make it better, I'll make them feel better. Don't do that. Don't buy into the old dynamics of this relationship, because it looks like things are changing and things are different for you. And don't what's the word? Don't feed into bad behaviour by enabling it, is what I want to say. So if somebody's isn't speaking to you or has stepped away, let them for now. We all form habits and patterns in our lives, whether in thought or in action. But like a pair of comfortable old slippers, there comes a time when they outgrow their value to us and we must let them go. Do something different today that shakes you out of your usual ways of responding, and have fun doing so. So just you carry on enjoying. Yeah, look, oh heck, we've got the walk away card. Pile 3. So, yeah, if somebody's not been very nice to you about this situation, don't run after them. Don't run after them and try and get the response that you want. Let them be responsible. I'm taking it on the whole that this is an adult that you're engaging with, and even if it is a parent, and we have very specific dynamics that we tend to stick to with parents, and we often want their approval and we want them to think well of us, you know what I mean? It might not be a parent, but I'm just putting this out there for some of you. They are also grown adults and should behave in the right way in certain circumstances. And if they don't, then you don't have to buy into their negative behaviour. Walk away from this situation. When we face a challenging or unhealthy situation, it can be hard to let go and move on. Sometimes we stay in the hope that someone else will change, or perhaps we are so fearful of the unknown that we remain in the safety of a known and yet toxic situation. This card validates your entitlement to leave. Now, I'm going to get some more cards for you, pile 3, just about the potential outcome. Spirit, can we please have some cards for pile 3 about the potential outcome of their situation? Oh, look at that. So, I say look at that like I expect you to know what this means, but I think the picture itself is pretty good. Let me make sure that you can actually see that. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully you can see that well. 3 of good cheer. A group of people getting together in happiness, friends, people who, let's put that there. People who genuinely care about you and want to celebrate your success or want to spend time with you because they really like you and love you and think good things of you. That is what is coming in for you going forward. pile 3. The right people will be around you. So have no fear of that. And sometimes we have to let go of those who are behaving in a difficult way so that they can learn their own lessons. You know, if we keep enabling people to behave in the wrong way, they'll never learn the soul lessons that they need to learn. We're taking away their ability to learn if we keep supporting bad behaviours by engaging with it and, you know, letting it happen over and over again and acting in the same way. So what else is coming for pile 3, please, Spirit? So we've got the Knight of Good Cheer in reverse. This is really interesting because this can be about somebody who's being manipulative or trying to deceive or play someone or even lie. However, it's not going to cause long-lasting damage. It might just be that this person is being petty and childish and might react in a certain way by you not engaging with what they're doing. So they might react, but you've got your good people around you, so rely on them, lean on them. I want to say this person who it's gone quiet with may not actually go quietly. We've got the 7 of Candles. Interesting, I've got 7 of Candles. Then we've got the Krampus. Wow, that's a scary looking thing, isn't it? And then we've got the 8 of Candles. Well, interesting. It looks like this is you taking centre stage in your life and being a bit anxious about it. And I think, and it might be actually that, you know, we've got this person here who's going to say things that aren't necessarily very nice. And it might bring a lot of fears up for you. And that's all going to happen quite quickly. Let me get some more advice around this, because this has gone into more detail than I expected. So let's have a look at, this is sort of bringing up fears and issues and things, and it all might happen quite quickly. What is the advice around what's coming here, please? Spirit. Grace. When we sit in relationship with grace, we see every situation through the eyes of love, fostering our desire to meet life with understanding, compassion and kindness. This card asks that you view your situation with grace. Will understanding bring compassion? How would love view your possible choices? What would kindness suggest that you do? Okay, so I want to say be kind to yourself during this process with this person. Also recognise the hurts and pains that they're going through. And I want to say don't buy into drama about it. So even though it's raising some fears and issues for you, and they might be trying to manipulate you or say things that don't make sense and just aren't true. So we've got walk your talk, become what you believe. Are your thoughts, words and actions in alignment with your core values? This card asks you to walk your talk, become your own personal hero or heroine and step into the very best version of yourself, radiating authenticity into the world. So you just keep being honest, keep being a good person, keep just don't let them change you, don't let them push you into being something that you're not by their bad behaviour. Just allow yourself to observe what they're doing and don't absorb it, and act it with integrity for who you are, because you've got all the right people will be around you and will come in and support you. You will have a good and happy tribe, if you like. I'll put it like that, pile 3. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. If you want to work with me individually or want one-to-one messages, just pop onto my website or my Buy Me a Coffee shop, which is all in the description. And please do like and subscribe my channel if this resonated for you, because it helps to grow my channel so it can help more people like you. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, Foxglove friend. Take care. Goodbye.